That's the Stream Deck. And I'm vlogging it too. Gas showed up. What's happening?
Yeah.
Someone doesn't sound too
Yes.
sure about that. He's so mad.
About to drive a Ferrari F430.
What up,
What's happening?
y'all?
What's happening? It
Welcome to
was a
the
little delay
Independent
there, wasn't it?
Podcast, man. Yeah, it was. It was. You know, I'm your host, Ralph Moan and Mark. We are back for another episode
I just looked at your screen, bro, and you already know I see what I see.
with my special guest, my guy Soups. No one appreciates Soups as much as my guy Mark does. You know, he's waving to you, Mark. He says he misses home, but as you can see, we drink good over here.
I noticed he changed his post since the guest appearance he did on the ladies episode. So, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
So that's where you going with it.
Now we're complete.
Yeah.
So,
Can you imagine him off of Pure White though?
ooh, Soups getting lit, boy. Let me tell you. But anyway, you know, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it, man. What we do today, man. What we do this week.
I'll go first. You want to go? Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
I work, man. I've been putting in hours, man. I actually got to the point where I like my job. Like, it's funny. Like, I like my job. I had to tolerate a lot of stuff, but I like
it.
Hey,
Tony, what's happening, dog? Hey, happy birthday, bruh.
happy birthday to my
happy
brother
birthday,
Tony
Tony.
Martin in his mug. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy.
ASWLV, what's happening, dog? Good to have you on as always.
What's going
Mark.
on, man?
Mark, you know, I feel you, dog. I'm the exact same way, man. You know, this week it's been a rough week. Working long hours, man. I'm at work from at least 8 to 6 minimum, if not earlier and if not later.
Jesus Christ.
But you know, like you, man, you know, I love my job, man. Sometimes people there get on my nerves. They like to piss your boy off.
Hey, boo.
But everybody is trying to establish the same goal, right? Everybody's trying to make sure it's a well-oiled machine. People may do it a little differently, but at the end of the day, I think we all want the same common goal. So
Yeah.
it's been a wild week. It's been a wild weekend,
I know that's right.
but here we are, man. Here we are. Cheers to the weekend and to hell with Monday.
To you, Tony. Happy birthday, brother.
Oh, to you, bro. To you, bro.
That's to you.
You're right all day. What up,
Well,
Alex?
I haven't started drinking yet since my birthday demonstration. But I may be considering taking a sip again because I wasn't feeling it after that. So,
That's why, bro.
yeah. So other than that, man, it's funny you say that about your jobs because I actually really like mine. You know, you don't hear too many people saying that
No, you
quite
don't.
often. You know, so I truly appreciate it. You know, I've made some additions, of course, this week to my retro gaming area. So I don't know if I turn.
Shit looking
I'm in
pretty
the way.
good, man.
That
No, it's
shit
looking
look-
I'm in
pretty
the way.
good.
Well, what I did
Beautiful.
was
I like that.
I got about 9 consoles hooked up at the same time. They're all powered on, and I have a switcher, so I can tap one of them, and as long as the console's on, it'll display on the TV without any effort. So I'm
That's
actually
what's
happy about that. And I picked this bad boy up. Right, this is one of my. I've been excited about.
that bitch.
Yeah, so it
I
actually
need
plays. It has 4,000 games on here.
I need that.
And from all of the retro consoles, and it can plug up HDMI. and I can plug up 8 controllers to it at the same time.
Mm.
You know, so I just got to get I have controllers here, but I'm going to get some specifically for that device, but no time soon. But other than that, rest of the week, that's been about it. Oh, Ashley's in town. I know you've seen Ashley on here a couple times on the podcast. Her and Alex went hanging out last night, so they had a good time at a comedy show. And I was here with the kids. I straight up gave them a tranquilizer dart and put them to bed. So,
Right.
so they was out. Period. So,
Well,
but other than that, yeah, my week has been straight. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I guess I'll tell it later on.
Oh, we'll get at that when we get at that. You feel me? Once again, shout out to Ashley being in town. Big ups to special guest has been on our show a couple times. Big ups to everybody that's in our chat boxes over there.
Man,
I will have to say,
Yeah, what's happening?
I usually say what's good on what we drinking on, but you can see my drinks of choice behind me. Soups picked those out today. My brother over there, Marky, drinking that Basil Hayden too.
that's right. God damn, it's good.
I'll get back to it. Still got an empty bottle here, but I'll get back to my juice.
You fading in and out, Brody.
Me?
Yeah, you ain't that close to the mic. You got to put it in your mouth. Anyway, so listen. So today's topic, man, finding creative inspiration and how to stay inspired.
Hey, Mark, don't feed it to this whole ass.
You know, I had to think kind of long and hard about this.
Long and hard, huh?
Yeah, it was a long, hard thought.
It was a
man.
long, hard thought.
It was a hard process.
Well, here. I'll kick it off this way. Here you go.
Difficult. Go ahead.
All right. So, what does it mean to be creative? Right. Of course, good old Father Google gave us a creative person has the ability to invent and develop original ideas. So, y'all got that part right.
Yeah.
All right. Inspiration. Inspiration is a feeling of enthusiasm to get from someone or something which gives you new and creative ideas.
Kama Sutra.
Yeah. So you just put these two together, man, and find your creative inspiration. What is your creative inspiration?
Well, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I've got a lot. I got some serious things to talk about, and I got some shit to talk about. All right. I guess I'll start off with the creative inspiration. I'll start with saying this podcast was a creative inspiration, right? And it all transpired from inspiration from my friends, right? We all were chilling in our Discord, playing games, talking shit, having a good time. And
Hey, Wafa, good to have you.
Wafa,
Waff?
yeah, it's got a new subscriber and watcher, man.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.
So it was big for the inspiration because we talked about it for months and never really did anything with the idea. And then Moan was like, hey, I can go ahead and we can actually make this happen. He's like, I know a couple of
Nice to meet you too, Waff.
things to use. I know how we can go live. I know, if we do this right, we can go places. And one thing we love to do is to talk. We love to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? We are people, right? So having a podcast just made sense. Plus, when we all get together, we are, we're kind of silly, we're fun, but a lot of times we have important things to say. And we figure, why not share that with the world and with our friends while having fun doing it? So that would be one of my creative inspiration situations and stories that I can say I personally had, especially dealing with, like I said, my core group of people, which are the people you see on the screen. And I know some of y'all may be wondering, maybe not. But of course, as you can see, Zoe isn't here. He's the fourth member of our group. He had some things going on pre-planned with him and his kid. Big ups to Monster Truck Rally, because that's where he at, getting his eardrums blown out. But he was most definitely one of the people that helped me, that pushed me to kind of help get this off the ground. And when I say help push me, I don't mean to try to take all of this as credit as I did this, because this wouldn't have happened without the group of people that you see and the people I deal with, and even a lot of you people inside the chat box. This was not a solo gig. This was most definitely a team effort. But I feel like together, this was a creative inspiration, something that I dealt with on a personal level. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass that off to Moni Mo or Young Jesus over there.
So, creative inspiration in my book. I think what really got me going is I felt like that I've always had a gift, because you guys know me as far as when it comes to tech and gaming and doing content creation, that I have a very specific skill set in that. And I also have a very likable personality that people like. And, looking at a lot of things that I could be doing with my skill set kind of inspired me to do what yours is the podcast. Mine is more of all of the content creation, all of utilizing my skills and helping people out. And I think what really got me going was, hopefully we don't get dinged for this, but the Facebook streamer, Mrs. May. Like I got on there, I got an opportunity to see this young lady have all this success when she was doing her game streaming. And that's what really kind of pushed me, because I didn't even know you can do all this stuff on Facebook. And when I saw what she was doing, I'm like, man, I can do that. And that's when I kind of just sat down. I got on the internet. I read about how to do all this and learned all this stuff. And, I already knew about technology, because y'all know me. I used to build computers, and well, I still do. I just haven't done it in a while. And I have, I'm always up on tech, and I was like, let me just turn what I love into what I'm doing now. And that was pretty inspiring. And then it's kind of like, I got all this stuff. I got all these devices. I spent all this money on. Why don't I use them? So
Facts.
that really sparked my creativity. And while we're on it, I do want to say on our YouTube channel, because we're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter right now. And I do have a poll up on YouTube. And the question is, what inspires your creativity? So the first answer is family, friends, or role models. Second one is religious beliefs, social media, internet, or videos, or others people's success. And I am surprised that right now there's been 8 votes, and 75% of people say family, friends, or role model. 12% of people said social media, internet, or videos, and other people's success. I really thought that other people's successes, it was going to push a lot of our audience members to go that route. But I am surprised and that also shows you that people are family oriented. They keep things in the family. So I am pretty surprised. Like me, what's funny about this is I got a lot of people, y'all know me, a lot of people in my family are success, have their own businesses and stuff. But I would have picked other people's success, the stuff I see, like the Mrs. May girl. I saw what she was doing. I don't know anything about her. And that's what pushed me to go towards content creation. Hopefully I wasn't too long-winded there. So
DB said F every other people's success.
I don't see this comment right now. I'm missing it.
Hey, listen, I understand why you say that you want to have your own success, but at the same time,
I see it now.
You want to build your success off seeing the success of other people, right? How many times have you said in your life, damn, if they did that, I know I can do better than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of times I think people say other people's success. Mark, what about you, Brody?
It's funny. I like to touch bases on a lot of things. Jesus, I'm an artist by heart. I've been doing art, Jesus Christ, since elementary. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad Tony in the building, because he used to call me the Black Picasso for some odd reason. He used to stay calling me the Black Picasso because I would draw this shit that wasn't nobody drawing. Like, you had people drawing normally.
Dennis, hey,
what's going on?
What's happening, Black?
So, I had gotten this place where I was drawing things that I saw in my neighborhood, which was like, and please don't ruffle the feathers. I was drawing more colored people. I was drawing more things that was happening in the streets other than what people was drawing in school. And that what kind of made me branch out. And my inspirations came from just a lot of different artists. Like I designed, like I said, I'm very private, but I designed tattoos, logos. I was doing all this stuff for years. Then I went and got an associate's degree for graphic design animation.
Wait a minute, your dumb ass got an associate's degree?
I sure did. I was in that bitch shooting my ass to the top. Shoot to the top, baby. I don't remember one test, but I got it. But
hey, I'm very impressed. Like for real.
But that's neither here or there. That's neither
No,
here or
I
there.
ain't know that.
And it helped me to get myself in places like when I got into the porn industry. A lot of people didn't know, but I'm not gonna get into that. We're not gonna do that. But I did get into a lot of different things. It was very fun and exuberating, exciting. And then stripping.
Hey,
What happened?
On a
why
side
you
note,
continue? Your wee wee's too small.
What happened?
here we go. Oh my god. Nah,
No.
Yeah, but anyway,
this is not
back to what I was saying. Everything is good though. But inspiration comes from. But one thing I do want to elaborate on. It really, depending on who you are, I don't care what anybody tell you. It's really driven off your circle. I don't care if it's one person, two. I don't give a shit here. Like look at Facebook. Look at the Network movie. Like he didn't do it on his own. He had to have a set of people around him to force what his imagination was. And a lot of people don't clearly understand that. It's really based on a lot of people, what your surroundings are, what you put yourself in. I found myself in a lot of places where I wasn't creative thinking because I wasn't around creative thinking people. Like I said, I'm an artist and I would be around people that's like influencers and stuff like that. And of course, their art is more so of entertainment. So with me being an artist and seeing their entertainment, I couldn't flourish in that department because I'm surrounded by, I want to figure out another this, that, but it wasn't artistic. But then when I would find myself around artistic people who were thinking of different paintings, different designs and things of that nature, it would motivate me. It actually elevated me to another level that I'd never been at before. So sometimes it depends on your rooting system. Like, your cheerleaders, your people that's behind you that could put you to another place of inspiration. So a lot of us get into these places where we lose our inspiration because we're not surrounded by that of influence to push ourselves and stuff like that.
Hey, listen.
This is the chant right here.
But I agree with Mark.
Hey, come on now.
Hey, but I agree with Mark though, man. I mean, I remember thinking I had hella skills when it came to art, bro. Thought I had hella skills when it came to art. And then I sat down with Mark and I'm like, well, my drawings look like shit.
Oh yeah, I knew better because all three of us was in the same art class when we in high school.
Yeah, but you know what though?
Yeah.
The crazy part is that instead of just saying, oh, my art look like shit, I'm done. I'm like, man, I know I can do this shit better than his ass can.
No, you can't.
I was always 1 or 2 or maybe 7 steps behind. Listen, I tell you what, one day, right? I sat down with Mark, and like I said, I consider myself an artist too. And I'm not too shabby. I ain't the best, but I ain't too shabby. But I sat down with Mark. I said, yo, we should do a collab drawing. And he was like, damn, I never did that shit before. You know what? Fuck it up. Let's try it.
Yeah.
So I started off with it, did about 50% of the page. He came through and did like an additional 100% of the page. And I'm like, where was what I did?
He drew over your shit.
No, he added to my shit, but the stuff that he added, he took the picture to a whole nother level, but it also opened my eyes to the things that I wasn't doing in my own art. So in that whole time span, he inspired me to do more with what I was already doing.
Look at you two girls inspiring each other like some bitches.
Well, and like I said, bro, it like Mark even said, it's your circle, right? It's oh my god.
All right, here you go.
Hey
Mark, on another note, where that link at, man, to your sister's OnlyFans page? I'm still waiting, bro.
That was a perfect reaction.
Was it ever? Hey, by the end of this, dog, he gonna kill me. I just know it.
I am. Very much so. I am. Very slow. With his hand. Very slow.
Please, not that hand. That's probably the hand you do stuff with. Hey, listen. Dennis, I want to say on this picture, is this your baby girl? She's beautiful, bro. I just want to say, she looks big. It's the last time I seen her. All right, go ahead, Ralph.
Oh my god, man, that shit. That was the perfect response. As soon as you said that shit, he dropped the top and everything. All right, so look, I'm gonna swing this creative inspiration, right?
All right, what you got?
Have you ever been inspired to do some shit because you saw somebody else do it, but you knew you probably shouldn't have been doing that shit?
Yes, all type of dumbass shit I used to do back in the day.
Hacks.
Yeah.
So
That's where you were leading the conversation too.
Let's talk about those inspirations that got us in some situations, because it also involves these motherfuckers on this screen.
Don't put me in your
Oh,
bullshit.
no.
That ain't my porn life because you can't bang.
We gonna that's all I do is hang low. Anyway, so listen. Perfect example, right? Me and Moan both get cars.
Damn, why?
No, I had to go there.
Me
Me and Moan both get cars, right?
Okay.
I like to drive fast, but I knew how to keep it, relatively, simple. I mean, Moan's like, but you can't go faster than me.
Oh yeah, we did used to do that.
And I moved my bottle, Mel. My bottle all the way on the side.
It was a repeated thing, and then the inspiration got both of our cars impounded.
Jesus
yeah.
yeah.
I think the police called us at like 140 miles an hour on 75. We were out. We were going so fast that they had what did they say had trackers on?
I was at 110, you was at 115.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. And they caught us on the satellite because the state trooper was like next to us coming onto the freeway with his light already on.
Jesus Christ.
DB, let me tell you something, bro. Listen, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was gonna go to jail. And I pulled over. And Moan was like, well, if this motherfucker's pulling over, I'm pulling over too.
That's not what happened. What happened was he got you first and I was behind you. And I tried to dip out of the cop way to get around him, and he flashed his lights at me like, no, motherfucker, you pull over too.
So what I was getting ready to say, he called me and Moan at the same damn time. And we both were scared to run because neither one of us had cars at the time that was going to outrun that car. So we both got pulled over.
No, I was in a 4500. You were in an Escape. I was outrunning no supercharged Crown Vic.
Nah.
I ain't trying to incriminate myself. I run. But anyways, neither here nor there. But
listen, running is worse, bro. You get caught, it's over for you.
Mark, so what inspired you to do something, bro?
For me, let me tell you, I didn't have no type of degree or anything into designing tattoos. I didn't do that shit, and I saw this one guy do it, and I was just like, hey, kind of trash. But I didn't tell him that. But I thought with what I can do, I probably can draw a better tattoo than you. And I didn't take his client for say, but I said, hey, sweetheart, what did you want your tattoo to be? And it's funny because this is how I got in the logos. And she described it, and I drew it in 3 different ways. And there you have it. I literally never did tattoos or anything like that till I came across this person. And I was watching how he was doing them. And I'm like, shit, that's kind of same what I do. I just got to apply it in another way. So I would take the person's idea and I would draw it. And then that's how I got into designing tattoos. Thus, logos came along because it was the same process and things of that nature. And so that's what I elevated from. And like I said, I was watching a lot of people do things, and I'm like, I could do it better. And that's how I got Gigolo. And I started getting into certain things.
I knew was going to go back. I knew.
Always go back to that.
You know what? I got to tell on DB too, man, because there's another instance where
bro,
dick and balls.
What?
DB.
That's what DB stand for, dick and balls.
Dick and balls.
Daryl, I hope you ain't gonna take that, dog.
Now you know DLB about to say something in the comments to combat that, but we're gonna keep it moving, man.
But I'll never forget, we were all on 7 Mile. We were flying. We had to at least be doing about 80, 90, 100 miles an hour, right? And the narcos pulled out in front of us.
Oh boy.
We scattered, including DB. Scattered. And surprisingly, he didn't catch not one of us.
Oh, good. I mean,
somebody in the group, whoever was in the front, inspired all of us to keep up.
If you're not gonna say the initials, DB.
That's not a good inspiration, y'all. That was running from the cops.
Well, and you're right, but this is where I'm saying the creative inspiration can sometimes be negative, right?
Very.
Yeah.
You think, oh, you know what? We can, if he can do it, I can do it, right? Or if they can do it, we can do it. And it was one of those situations where it was like, shit, he can do 90 down 7 miles. Shit, I could do 100 down 7 miles.
That's terrible.
Always
yeah.
trying to do a one up. And it
Yeah.
wasn't always the best of situations. And see, DB
Very much DB. Oh my god.
and see, DB's was not having no bond money. Mine's was, well, nobody coming to get my ass out of jail. So I was going to sit
doing
there
them
and they
speed
was
limit.
ready to give me a court date. And I had just got a job, so I had to go. But what I'm saying is, like I said, you know, sometimes all creative inspiration isn't the greatest inspiration.
No, it's not.
So there's both sides to this story. You know, sometimes it's great to have that inspiration and stay inspired. Sometimes you got to realize that inspiration is not where you need to be. You need to let it go. You know, it's not every time, but everything that glitters ain't gold. You know what I mean? Because you see someone, and that goes with especially the newer age group and the new generation. You know, a lot of people see, oh, you know what, this person is on here only doing, for example, somebody is on right now TikTok making a lot of money, doing just scratch offs.
Oh my god, yes, bro. I've seen that.
So you think, oh man, that's easy. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But all you're seeing is the success of it, right?
You don't see the background.
You're not looking at the fact that they got to go out and buy these tickets. Hopefully they're getting enough money to cover the tickets that they're buying. And two, you have to stay consistent. You cannot miss a day. So when you wake up in the morning and you feel like crap, or you woke up with the flu, you can't miss that day.
Can't stop it.
Because as soon as you stop, somebody else will capitalize on you falling back. And though it looks good because this person is famous now, scratch off queen, king, whoever they are, but now they don't have privacy. They don't have time to themselves. They have to dedicate that time, just like a job.
It is, yeah.
To do it every day.
Yeah,
and you have to understand what it takes to work for what you want. And if you really want it, you work for it.
And that's crazy, right? Because I've talked about this plenty of times about the new generation and how they're inspired by some of the dumbest shit. You know what I'm saying? And we've talked about where TikTok has this new thing where they're inspired by luck. Like they want to graduate high school and they want to get by with life with something handed to them.
What was that called?
That's one of y'all got your mics loud because I got on headphones.
Oh, that's probably me. My bad.
Okay.
I got the speakers up. Let me turn them
down. So that's where I think the mishap is when it comes to wrongful inspiration, just like how we used to inspire each other stupidly back in the day. There are situations with these kids now, and especially all these dumb challenges that they do. Do y'all remember the knockout challenge? That was dumb.
Oh, that was terrible. I was waiting on a little nigga to walk.
Don't breathe challenge, you know, when they stop your heart and you pass out and all that. I don't know what inspired them kids to do that, you know. And sometimes
it's not realizing the consequences, right?
Well, they realizing like now.
That's just like this. Okay, well, it's just like the cinnamon challenge, right? Think about it.
I did
you
that.
Eat a spoonful of cinnamon. Nobody thinks that anything bad come from that, right? What people don't realize is that because cinnamon, once it becomes wet, it gets really thick. That can clog your lungs, so you can die from trying to swallow a spoonful of cinnamon. But
because they had to give
yourself on that. Then you don't know. It's just a trend. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll blow cinnamon out of my nose for 20 minutes. Not gonna lie, my dumb ass did it.
I did it too.
Somebody offered me 40
stupid motherfuckers did that dumb ass.
I mean, I'm just saying because when I was
cinnamon, I didn't do Tide Pods. Damn it!
Okay, listen to me. When I was on set, they said, "Look, the powder get thick when you put it in your mouth." I said, "That's almost what happened when I'm on set when I do it to these other guys." But then I tried it. I tried the shit, and it was not a good. It was not fun. It was not fun at all.
You tried your own stuff,
huh?
Listen, that's
nasty.
That is
what happened.
He said you tried your own stuff.
you said it was the same way on set, and then you tried it. Listen, some things you should know better.
Hey, Mark was part of the bloopers where they show where some of the stuff got on him from somebody else.
God,
I didn't mean to blow your spot up, bro. But don't do the threesomes no more.
Don't look into the camera. But no, I mean, okay.
You do a reading?
No, I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
You need help?
all right. Kids now aren't allowed to learn tolerance in smaller ways. We used to go outside and play, climb trees, and learn how far we thought we could go. This is very true. We had a different type of boundaries back then. You know, now the boundaries is very much digital driven and online. And Waffle says, I think it's more of the lack of understanding what they are doing in life because they're so young. Well, I mean, this is an inspiration. These are influencers, right? And you're right; they're too young to experience things. You know, it is what they see and not what they know. You know, if they actually did the homework on what it takes to do some of these challenges or being a successful influencer, a lot of people are like, God, that's a lot of work. Where you're watching them on screen and you're like, oh, this seems really easy. You know, me and Moan both tried doing live streaming our games, right? Mm-hmm. And when you look at it on Facebook, you see a face, you see a game, you watch them play the game. Right. Real simple. People don't know in the background, it takes 30 to 40 minutes to set that up. Then you got to test it, make sure it works. And if it doesn't work, you've got a certain amount of time to try to fix it before you go live.
Absolutely.
And if you miss that window, there goes half of your followers or your influence. So people look for the easy way out. There is no real easy way out. Everything requires work. No matter what you do, you have to work. So no matter where you get your inspiration from or where you're inspired from, nothing comes easy. Everything requires work. Yeah, and that comes down to not just a job. That comes down to being married. That comes to losing weight. You know, just being the person that you want to be. Everything takes work. Nothing comes easy. You have to work to do it.
And to be honest, like I said, I was just riding off of what he said. Like one thing that's important, what y'all don't see is we've had like one thing go wrong. One thing will go wrong on this show, and we will have to cancel it. And the efforts and the things that go on in the background that y'all don't see, it'd be a lot. You know, from Monday to Saturday, there's a lot going on in between that time just to have us here with y'all now. And it could be one thing wrong. My camera can go out. Ramon's camera could be fluctuating. His mic can go out. Something as small as that can cancel the whole show. And we'd be disappointed as fuck. But y'all, a lot of people don't see those things. A lot of people don't see them. Just like if you're on there and you want to have a great body, a great shape, I'm almost certain you can scroll to Instagram now and just stop any random page and it's going to be somebody that's in shape. But you don't know the process they went through to waking up every morning, to dieting, to eating properly, to putting in the right sets, to staying in the gym, motivating themselves after work and doing it and doing all this stuff. Like you said, you have to stay consistent. Because once you're not, people are waiting on us on some Sundays. And if we're not here, the first thing they wonder, what the fuck they doing? What happened? So it's the same with a lot of content creators that people don't look at. They don't look at the background. They don't look at none of the background. They always look at what's being put in their face. But it's a lot of things in the background. Like with the oils that they put on my body when it's time for me to perform.
This one, it always.
You know, hey, you know what, Mark? I don't blame you. It got to be done. That's all I can really.
There it is. There it is. Put it in a book. It's got to be done.
It got to be done.
All right. Listen, so, what do you think about Waffle's comment here?
I cannot tell you many things I've never considered the full fact, or rather, the circumstances of repercussions. So you may have when I'm doing things so young and 25 now. Sorry,
social media was
starting to slur together.
If the social media what it was now, like it was then, we'd probably be dead. Me, Ralph, Moan, we'd probably be dead. I mean, I left the theater watching Fast and Furious and just thought I was dying. I just got in the car and I just was like, it's for family. And I just was racing everybody on the freeway. I don't even have a family. That's how bad it is. I don't have kids. I don't have nothing. In my mind, I thought it was a family, and I raced everybody on that freeway. Now, I had a
Yeah.
camera and an audience, I'll probably be dead. I'm
Is-
just telling the facts.
But that is facts, man. You know, we were lucky enough not to have that much exposure back then because it would have just heightened the situations that we were in.
That's
right?
it.
Think about how many times, especially everyone that's in this chat, right?
Hell yeah.
Right.
So
Everybody knows how I used to drive. I didn't wake up thinking, damn, I need to go fast. I got my license. I need to go fast. That shit was driven by my dad. That shit was driven by my friends. And it was driven by movies. Right. And for 3 solid years, to be honest, I didn't get caught. I didn't get in an accident. I didn't have any issues. So with that stretch, I thought it was invincible. Imagine if people online were telling me, dude, you can't get caught.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
cool. Now I'm looking for cops. You ain't gonna catch me.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying? But we didn't have that type of exposure. We didn't have to think about that far. Thank God, because
well,
I think that kept us sane and that kept us in check. You know, right now,
There wasn't no
when you
audience.
feel you can't do something, somebody online is doing it.
Mhm.
well,
All you
you
gotta do is look
also
it up.
you also have to consider the fact, and Mark, I'm not gonna say nothing weird, but your sister can relate to what I'm about to say, right? Because isn't your sister like in the psychology stuff and with her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So there is a physical part of your brain that develops with decision making at a certain age. I believe it's 25. And you don't fully you have a lot of those impulse decisions 25 and under. And a lot of the stuff that we did was impulse decisions, like all the dares, all the
Yeah.
that was inspired or peer pressure. And peer pressure causes inspiration. Let's just make that a fact. Because a lot of us, even us back then, was not strong due to the peer pressure. And just like before, things are different now because you have all this connected stuff and connected environment. And we've said multiple times on the podcast how we've been on the lodge with it. You remember the whole "we on the lodge with it" thing?
Bruh.
They don't understand what we used to do on that freeway, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Bruh, you know how many times we
It's
stopped
just not being
traffic?
exposed.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm glad they found success in something that actually ended up being a disaster.
Very.
But they found success in that disaster, right? But it doesn't always happen that way. And I do want to I want to go back on what Wafa just said, the struggles we encountered, which we try to save other people from going through because we've already experienced. But Wafa, I want you to think about it. When we were young, our parents tried to stop us from doing a lot of things.
lot
we
of
were
shit.
no,
Yeah.
it's
No.
not
Yeah.
going to happen to us.
Sometimes it takes that moment where life just got to whoop on your ass for you
It
to
does.
understand
Now-
to not do what that situation was.
It
Now,
does.
Sometimes
one thing I really want to elaborate on Dirty Bodies is imagine if people only posted the day's struggles on their road to success. They lose half, and that's true. They lose half of their audience because people don't want to work as hard or
That's
dedicated
facts.
as themselves. And this is
That's
facts.
facts.
This is facts. Don't nobody want to see the hard work. They just want to see the achievement, they wanna
Success.
see the goal, and that's just what it is, unfortunately. And you're right, Dick and Boss, because things like that happen. You can get out here in these streets, and people don't want to see that. They don't want to see what goes into it. Like I said, just like the whole body fixture thing. If they had to see the person make the meal, cook the food, make the whole week process, like if they had to see all of that, they'd be like, shit, I ain't trying to do all that shit for the rest of my life, because that's what you have to you got to think about that. You're doing this for the rest of your life to maintain certain things, like to maintain a physique, maintain a lifestyle. You're doing this stuff for the rest of your life to maintain what you're getting. And a lot of people don't want to see what's being put into. They don't want to see the ingredients. They just want to see the cake. They don't want to see it. You get what I'm saying? They just want to be able to see the nice cake and the candles. They don't want to see the flour, the batter. They don't want to see none of that shit. And that's how it is. A lot of people, that's just what it is. And it's sad because that's how creative inspiration and inspire can deter you to not do some of the things that you might thought you wanted to do because of the process that goes into it.
Yeah.
So,
And the other note I want to touch on is when you let life whoop on them, is you either gonna make it or you gonna break it. There's no in between. And with the environment and the lifestyle and the economy and everything, and we're now with all this connected environment, it seems like every decision is a dire decision. It's not how we were back in the day where you make a decision like, oh man, that was stupid. All right, let me just recover from that. Or eventually we'll be like, all right, this is kind of dumb. One of the things that that probably inspired us all when we went to high school was I don't want to be that dummy that didn't get a high school diploma. And some of us had the bad grades. Some of us had the bad grades. And then you realize, like, oh my God, I'm about to get left behind. Let me actually do something. Let me at least graduate with all D's. That's not me, but I'm just saying people like us in our generation. Yeah. And I think we all had that same mentality, same attitude, and that's why we all homeboys now. But now it's kind of like I'm just doing this because I have to, and I'm not thinking about the consequences. And I think something's going to get handed to me. That's all I see. And I'm so, y'all know me. I have an older son, and I'm so afraid to allow the world to just teach him lessons because I hope it's something he can recover from. But I feel like there's no other option right now but to allow it to happen. Let's just hope he doesn't get inspired by the wrong people.
Right. And then the other thing is too, people got to realize it's not just a change. Right? A change is temporarily. You have to have a mindset, right? You can't temporarily like, oh, you know what? I'm going to eat healthy for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to be able to maintain what that person has on Instagram. It's a mindset. 3 weeks ain't going to get you nowhere. Yeah, you may shave off a pound or two, but as soon as you go back, it's going to go right back to the way it was. You're going to sit there like, I don't understand. I did what he told me to do. But that's just not, it's not just a thing, man. It's a mindset. You have to actually work for the things that you want.
Have to.
And as soon as you don't, you'll feel it. And like Mo said, back then, even though a lot of people say, oh, I've got a lot more options now, you do, but you don't utilize your options. You think, oh, I can make a mistake and bounce right back. We're in the times where mistakes is way heavier than they used to be.
Yeah, you can't.
Thank you, Boo.
You can't do no mistakes. You know what I mean? Like I said, dusty breast. You got a good point, man. Dedication. If you're not dedicated,
man, how you gonna let this nigga slide?
But no, I'm saying if you're not dedicated, if you're not dedicated, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fail miserably. Dusty breast. I'm just telling you how it works. Alexandra, it was poetic. Well, Ramon, it's weird because I never put poetic and Ramon in the same place. But yeah.
Because I'm a motherfucker.
He is.
That's just me. All day.
What?
There you go. There go DB.
That was kind of fucked up.
Hold on. We just established that you had a blooper where something like that happened. Did we not earlier?
God damn. But I understand. Dick and balls. I thought we was cool. I thought dirty breast. I thought we was on the same level, bro.
Listen, I want you to understand something. You may not know who DB is, but he might as well be just like me and Mo.
Oh, okay. Amber said dragon breath. So I didn't say that. I didn't say that shit. But Amber said dragon breath is better.
Don't start cooking them, my guy.
I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing about that. I'll fuck with that nigga, man. That's my people. He got some good points. He got some good points.
It's just not a lot of people that can talk shit back with you, DB. Don't do it, my guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go and shift gears a little bit. Y'all get that W, y'all.
All right, man. Well, you know what? I've been talking about W for the last couple of weeks, man. I'm gonna let one of y'all take over. And just in case, I just read up. You know what I'm saying? Got me another one. Let me see where that shit go. Go ahead. Listen, with the INEP code, all right, you can most definitely save you a little bit of bread. Where the hell did it go? I can't even find the shit.
This is the worst promotion ever.
There you go. You can most definitely save you a little bit of bread, right? I understand that it's not a mountain of money, but it saves you some bread. All right. And it's worth it, right? You're looking for the energy without the crash. You try everything else, that's what you're going to get. This W keeps you going, man. It's a slow, gradual turn down.
It's come without the jitters either. Jitters, the crash, and it's supposed to give you pure energy all throughout the day.
And it works. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, it works, man. This is the stuff you want to try, man. Give it a shot. I promise you won't be disappointed. I haven't been. I usually have to drink it almost every day because work be whooping my ass. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? It's legit. All
It
right.
works, man. It really
Give
does.
it a shot.
but I can tell you what does work.
That subscribe button is like code 45. It
It
works.
really is
every
right
time.
there. It's right there. Yo. Come on, that's right there. It's
Just
right
press
there.
it.
Yo.
Yeah. If we were
button.
if we were a part of just a beer, we would be double malt. Okay, so go
Fuck
ahead and
with you.
like that
Shit.
subscribe
Come on,
button.
hey man, come
Like
on,
the
Dangle
podcast.
Booty.
Share
Like
it.
that shit, Dangle Booty. Everything is okay, man. We good, man.
Well, I know
All
that
right,
my
so-
guy DB is already one of the subscribers, but if you have
Yeah.
not subscribed and you're on here watching, please,
All
you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, man. Share the page. And listen, I just posted something on our Facebook page, man. For those that are in here, I know y'all have topics that y'all probably want to hear us talk about or things you want to talk about.
I'm
Yo,
actually
shoot
getting
'em our
some
way, man.
feedback in some of our comments about some topics, and a couple people asked to join. We just got an idea from one of our audience members to do our podcast at our reunion at the school. So I mean, if it's up to you guys, we can take all our equipment there. We can sit in wherever. Only thing is that we need reliable internet. We don't want to have the same thing happen at our Atlanta special when we were out of town. So,
But we will
good-
make it happen. Come July, it's going to happen, and it's going to go down, and it's going to be epic. We're going to have people there online that you hadn't seen before.
That's the difference. I like
You'll be able
that.
to hear voices and comments from people that can be most definitely an inspiration. We've got not to boost all my friends, but we've got a lot of successful classmates. We've got actors and actresses, we've got DJs, we've got teachers, we've got nurses. You've got head of departments, you've got a little bit of everything, man.
Mhm.
And it's not something that a lot of people would expect out of a Detroit public school. But we left learning something, knowing something, and we took that and roll with it. And it shows in our class. And I want to say I'm proud of a lot of people in our class, man, because
You really am.
like I said, coming from our school, a lot of people think we were most likely to not succeed, and we got a lot of success, a whole lot of success. So when that special comes, of course, we'll let everybody know. I hope to see everybody there. It's gonna be a shit ton of fun. It more than likely will be a lot of alcoholic beverages. So it will be it's going to be a hell of a time, man. So it's good to have you guys come in here and talk with us, shoot the crap with us, talk about our topics. I feel like we do talk about things that people want to hear. We've got so much more to talk about. We've got topics that I'm pretty sure some of y'all are like, damn, I always wondered about that. I could thank Mark for that. Mark then got us a library of things to talk about.
Oh, thank you.
Unfortunately, this wasn't one of them. But either way, you see how we do, right? No matter what it is, this guy.
Hey, Ralph, we can't leave this podcast without our mask.
No, yes, again.
We got to do it, bro.
Oh my God.
Soups, let me ask you, do you have anything you want to say? No? Like and subscribe. All right, so listen. Soups is always here with me. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga Henry Cavill.
Hey, I gotta see him save the world. I gotta see him save the world one time.
Shit out of you, dog.
You said what?
Henry Cavill. He gonna sue the shit out of you, dog. Using his likenesses for the show.
I mean, he somewhat looked like Henry Cavill.
Oh my God.
But he looks like somebody that's ready to stop immediately. Oh. See, he's always there to serve and protect, my guy.
Shit.
He's
If
always
y'all ever want to
there.
see a grown ass man play with toys on the podcast, this is the
those
guy.
for those that are watching that don't know, I took this from Mark's house. Okay, Mark has a collection of action. I'm talking about.
Hold on. I gotta blow Mark so you can see what you're talking
big
about.
money. Look,
all
look
the
at
way
it.
on the
Look,
left.
all that to the left, right?
All the toys right there. That Mark
He's
got.
got a hell of a collection, right? And I mean, he's got movie inspired things. He's got anime. He's got everything you could think of. But I was able to sneak out my guy, top notch Justice League.
You didn't sneak it. Wait, for one, you didn't sneak that nigga out. You came in there and caused ruckus. You caused chaos. He actually left because it was an agreement You know how you got a hostage agreement? That was the hostage agreement. He
Wait,
left
what you say?
because he was stolen.
Wait,
Kevin, what's happening, bro?
Soup said flex on him. Anyway, so listen, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's gonna be a great time when we go home and we have this reunion. Like I said, Soups will be there. I know a lot of people are not expecting him, but listen,
Please
he
don't
fly.
bring that nigga, man.
Hey, that'd be a time to redeem your toy
Please
back. You
don't
got to
bring-
sneak him back
This
in
is
your
the
collection.
only person that doesn't need a plane ticket. You know why? Because he flies.
Oh my god.
He's always ready for that action. Okay. And for those that don't know, he does support the black community. Like how this is why he said his outfit is all black because he supports.
Put him down. Oh my god, dog. Y'all motherfuckers, man.
Hey, we out, y'all.